Hi, my name is Cheryl Spangler, the founder of Rich Niche Academy for Real Estate Professionals, where I help new and seasoned agents build, grow, and automate their real estate business. I like to say you make money helping people with real estate. I help real estate agents make money. And I'm here with Brad Wilkinson, Sonoma County, California, 2.5 years in the business, doing amazing, to talk about what his battle plan would be to rebuild his business if it were all stripped away right now today. What I liked about your battle plan is that first of all, I'd say when I go to the website, I can immediately tell who you service. I like that.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm all about niche marketing, and that was kind of my goal, is to identify if someone were to build from scratch, would they be all over the place, which I feel like a lot of agents are kind of trying 1,000 things. No, you'd say, okay, at 6 months, I need to focus on one area, and I'm going to like saturate that area until people think that I'm like the expert.
Exactly.
But so you said mentally prepare, which I think is amazing, because you think that's like something everyone thinks about, but they don't, because they feel defeat so quick.
Exactly.
And then you said make educational videos. I love that, because aside from just video testimonials, is more of just like being the leader and educator for the community. I like how you talked about utilizing other agents' listings.
Yeah, that was huge for me. That was like night and day difference. And so I'm actually mentoring a couple agents right now that we just brought on, and that's been one of the biggest pieces of advice I can give, is you got to show up, you got to be there, and leverage those other top producers, business to get yours kind of off the ground and running.
So, there are a ton of listings in every office, and I don't think people realize that you're simply helping them sell the home. And, they want you to market the home. I mean, obviously, if there's a buyer that comes in, you get it.
Yeah.
And so I think that we should all be doing that to get more business, because, I mean, if you don't have listings, use everyone's.
Yeah.
Like within the office, obviously you're helping to sell the home. It's like, yeah, if it's outside the office, then protocol is to ask the agent, even when it's inside, actually.
Of course. And that's what I mentioned too. Every single time I've asked an agent if I could post something on Facebook or share their listing or whatever it was, which has probably been hundreds of times, I've never once had anybody say no. Because like you said, they have no reason to. It's more exposure for them. And if they can sell the house, they don't really care who's going to bring the buyer, as long as it gets sold the day. So it's totally a win-win, which is great for everybody.
Yeah. So how long have you been in business?
About 2.5 years.
And so when you first started, did you understand really clear the idea of niche marketing, or just getting really clear about who your ideal client would be?
To be honest, not really. It was something that, you always hear about. People talk about it. They tell you it's important. And you kind of know it's important, but I think that when you're starting out, or kind of going back to the basics, like what you're talking about, I think it's something that a lot of people just kind of let go over their head, and they kind of just go, oh yeah, that's important, but whatever, I need to concentrate on this, or I just need to concentrate on whatever I can get right now, because I'm starting out, or I'm having to restart. And so I think that while it's not the end-all, be-all to be 100% on your niche when you're starting, I think that you do need to keep that as the main part of your focus, because having some type of niche leads to other options to get you kind of where you want it to go, right? And so for me, that was a big thing, is my niche was kind of like first-time home buyers, because that's my demographic, that's my age, that's what a lot of my sphere of influence was, and where they're at in their home buyer selling career. And so for me, it was first-time home buyers. I clicked with them, I got off with them, and we connected really well, and that kind of organically just became my niche. But what that led to, and I always wanted to kind of be in more of the high-end, luxury market, what it actually did was lead me into that luxury market, because I ended up taking such good care of those people that they started referring me to their uncle or their parents or their friend of a friend who is in that high-end market. And that's kind of how I was able to break into that, by starting with my niche, taking care of them, and then letting that organically move into the market that I tried to get into.
That's awesome. So you're Rookie of the Year. And so right now, how has that changed? You're just basically focused on, anything changed on your ideal client, your specific target?
Not really. Honestly, I've kind of just been doing the same thing that I've been doing, because it's been working so well. And it's kind of one of those, for lack of better terms, if it's not broke, don't fix it sort of thing.
Yeah.
And so, a big part of my business still is first-time home buyers, but then, like I said, it ends up leading into higher-end listings. For example, a client I just sold a house to like 2 months ago, he's 27. He was a good friend of mine that I grew up with. And his mom just called me this morning because his grandma passed away and they need to sell their house. It's like a $2 million property. And so because I took care of him, because she knew I took care of him, I was the first one that came into her mind because, you know, it was recent. She likes me. She knows me. I took care of her son and it, you know, brought me right into there. So it's kind of weird how it works out. And then it's a matter of once you get those high-end luxury type listings or in the place that you end up wanting to be, just kind of leveraging that and showing people, hey, this is a market that I definitely can work in and take care of and do a lot of business in. And then it kind of just takes off from there, I think.
I mean, it's interesting that sometimes, unfortunately, it does happen that they will look back through past history and say, oh, you never really sold anything above like $1 million, and literally judge your ability based on the fact that you never actually sold anything for 2 or 3. And then you get one, whether you're good or not, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, okay, well then that's your thing. It's like
exactly, it's like a perception thing, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, you know as well as I do, a lot of the times the high-end sales are easier than the low-end sales. But it's a matter of people thinking, oh, he's young, or oh, he doesn't have the experience, or oh, he's not working that price point. He won't know what to do. When in reality, a lot of the times it's almost easier than selling a condo a lot of the times because the clients and the people that you're working with, they just get it. It's not their first transaction usually. They've been in the park. They kind of know how it works. And so it's honestly, in my experience, they've been usually easier than it is selling something to a first-time buyer, somebody that has a lot of remorse and doesn't really know what they're getting into. It's a little bit more of a hand-holding process with that.
Yeah. So what do you think? So even 2.5 years, but have you automated or put, what would you say in your business that you have put into place, like the first system or process that you put into place that is kind of like leading you on your way to automation? Meaning you can go on vacation, you can kind of leave, you feel like some stuff, I mean, obviously you're mobile, hopefully 100% mobile, like that's how I feel like I want to be able to go anywhere in the world other than when you're showing homes and listing. What is automated or the first system you put into place?
That's a good question. So basically what I really invested in this year was my website, which you saw was kind of a new website. And basically what we've done with that is because I'm really trying to make what I'm getting online more trackable and kind of more just flow to me rather than me having to go out and run ad after ad after ad after ad in order to pick one thing up. I want it to be kind of a natural thing to where people go somewhere, I can pick up their information and then reach out to them after I kind of screen them, right? So what I did is I put a good amount of money into building that website, not just so it looks sharp and kind of presents the image that I want, but we also have pixels, and I hired a marketing coordinator that basically, what he does is, I'm honestly not even 100% sure exactly what he does, because it's so techy, it's a little bit over my head, but that's why I hired him. But he puts pixels and tracking software on my website. So when people are on there looking around or they're there, it captures their information and then all it does is it sends an email to me that says, you know, Cheryl was on my website at 412 and she was looking at houses in the range from 500 to 650 in Santa Rosa, California. And I'm like, cool, okay, I have a little background here now. But then also what it does is he knows how to continue to lead and track and follow those people. So a lot of times, you know how when you log off the website or you go somewhere else, then you go on Amazon and you go shopping, and then you see the houses pop up next to them. So now we're implementing kind of following these people to wherever they're going online. They're seeing my name and their website continue to pop up so that my name is kind of just always in their face no matter where they're going. So it makes it so that I don't always have to instantly, within 5 minutes of them being on my website, reach out to them. Because a lot of times I've found that it kind of pushes people off. They're like, whoa, that was a little weird. And I just started looking. So what this does, it kind of just naturally follows them to where they see my name, they see my name, they see my name, they see my name. And then maybe 3-4 days later, I'll reach out and just say, hey, I saw you were checking out some properties. Anything you want to go take a look at, any questions I can answer, whatever. And it's created a lot more of an organic, just kind of natural process for people to respond back to me. And then we go out and do whatever we need to do from there. So that's kind of what we really implemented this year, was kind of getting behind more of the technology aspect to where I'm utilizing it in the point to where I'm letting that, you know, crazy tech stuff that I don't even know what's going on do its thing. And then I kind of reach out when the time is right to go in and convert the sale.
That is awesome. That is awesome. I use that too, the Facebook and Google Pixel, and actually puts like a cookie into their browser and kind of follows them wherever they're going. And it's amazing. The stats and tracking, it's amazing.
It works. And I mean, and then kind of too, just to retouch on that, what I've also kind of been doing is with Facebook and with video and stuff is kind of just promoting myself, you know, as an agent like we do in general. And what I've noticed is I'm getting a lot of people that are reaching out to me that are interested in real estate as a career. And I think, once again, it's just because of my demographic. A lot of people are graduating college. They're not sure exactly what they want to do for work. They see what I do online. Of course, they think that's all it is. And so they think it's super fun and exciting, and they don't really know the back end scene of it. But what's happening is I'm getting people to reach out to me, and I'm bringing people into the office. So actually, right before this call, I was just bringing on another agent. I brought on 4 agents this year alone, just by people reaching out to me. And what it's able to let me do is a couple things. Obviously, Coldwell Banker, who I work for, gives me a cut of whatever I do when I bring them on. I can charge them mentoring fees depending on how much I'm able to, help them or not help them. And then when I go out of town, they're super eager and ready to take on the active business that I have as well. And so what it's been able to let me do is I went to Europe for 2 weeks earlier in the year, and when I had showings or inspections or things that they needed to go and do, they were just ready to go because they want the experience, they want the know-how. They went out there, I'll throw them some side money or maybe get them a small cut of the deal depending on how much they do. And like you said, it kind of lets me be a lot more automated to where I can kick back and take off and just kind of let everything be on autopilot, which is really, really cool, and eventually what I want to get into full time.
Yeah, which is what?
Just that, basically kind of being the face of things.
But and having more of the team do the work.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of letting me, in a sense, start to build a team, but build a team at the pace that I want, so that it's not like I have 4 buyer's agents that I always have to keep, 100% busy sort of thing.
Yeah, that is really great. So just really staying in front of them on social media, and I think that a large majority of agents aren't familiar with that Google, Facebook pixel tracking, because it requires investing in some kind of software online or a website online that actually does that. Do you feel like when you started, you didn't really know how to, build the business itself? Because you get licensed, and the first thing is you start learning how to prospect. And it's like no one really steps back to say, okay, who am I? What are my beliefs and values? Who do I want to market to?
I think that's a huge, huge, huge thing. And I was actually, touching base on what you just said as far as being original, being who you are, because like I was just telling an agent yesterday, actually, there's a type of agent for every single person in the world, right? And like, for example, we have a guy, this is always a funny example I say, he's an agent in my office, and we call him the weed guy, right? We're in Northern California, there's a lot of people who smoke marijuana, and it's very taboo, obviously, in a professional type environment. But he's just owned it, and he's just like, hey, I'm a stoner, smoke a lot of weed, and that's who I am. And he kills it. I mean, he sells so much real estate, it's ridiculous, because he ends up selling real estate to a bunch of people that are in the marijuana industry, that is becoming a huge industry where we're at right now, and they want to work with somebody that's just like them, and so they literally go and he smokes joints on a listing appointment with them and ends up closing a deal with them, because that's just who he is, that's who they are, and they connect on that type of level. And so I know it's a super weird example, but it just goes to show that, like, when you're who you are and you just own it and you don't try to be like every other real estate agent out there, it ends up, I think, paying you dividends in the long run, because you're being authentic and you're being real and you're just being who you are. It makes you more natural, it makes you more comfortable with the sale, and it makes people feel that too, and they don't feel like they're being pressured into buying or selling a house from some, uptight salesman with slick back hair that's trying to, force them to do something that they have a bad feeling about.
This guy's approachable to his crowd, and they're like, he's become the go-to guy.
Exactly. And I think it's a matter of, I think the industry is changing a lot, like, as we speak. And not that I've been in it for decades to watch it change, but just like my generation, like, I can remember before I was in real estate, I had a taste of what a real estate agent was in my mouth, because they just have such a bad, image in a sense. Because back in the 80s or whenever it was all about sales tactics, sales tactics, sales tactics. If the client says this, you say this back. If they say this, you say this back. And that's how you close the deal. And if they don't sign off, you weren't a good enough salesman, right? It's like that type of like boiler room, right, pressure tactics. And that's what it was. It was sales, sales, sales. And I think now, because of technology and online and how everything is going, you have to be authentic and you have to take care of somebody, because if you just slam somebody into a deal really quick and they weren't ever really feeling good about it, you're going to be online with a 2-star review about how somebody actually felt with you in 5 minutes, right? And so it forces people to actually have to be a good professional, to actually have to take care of their clients and do it in the right way, because if you don't, you're going to be called out and the world's going to see you. So I think that's a big thing too, is technology is forcing agents to become more of what they were supposed to be, a long time ago.